Defense Mark 12. Let's get into it. So the Mark 12 by Daniel Defense. Mark 12 was first entered service in 2002, special operations, out of a need for the U.S. Navy and U.S. Army to have a designated marksman's weapon that was smaller, reliable, and more versatile than the larger versions like the M24, something like that. Reason being, they need something to blend better in urban environments. So, the Mark 12 was born. Now, there are a lot of different variations and small versions of the Mark 12, but generally they all consist of the same thing. The gas system is built for 77 grain OTM from Black Hills, open tip match. Today, we're going to be conducting our mission with 77 grain target hybrid with Lapua brass, Burger bullets, and Vita Vorti powder. Now, the thing that's important about that is we still got the same grain weight and everything we need. Just a little different round. Now, one of the commonalities of all Mark 12s, excuse me, is 18-inch barrel, so that it's long enough to be ballistically effective, but short enough to be portable. Now, a lot of these, since they entered service in 2002, really at the beginning of the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, they needed to be able to be maneuverable in and out of vehicles. Now, this is not a clone build. This is a Mark 12, and I changed stuff out on it to the way I want it. Reason being, we have better parts and technology and knowledge on how these systems work than we did in 2002. So, I changed some stuff exactly how I want it. Now, still with the 18-inch barrel, 77 grain rounds, a lot of Mark 12s were built to have a fixed stock, like on the old M16A1s. Well, I like adjustable, so that's what I'm using. Let's see here. Make sure I get this set up for the position I'm in. The Mod 0 is used by Army Special Operations, whereas the Mod 1 by the Navy. Make sure I get that info right for you guys. Nice and set up. So, the reason I'm using a bag and not just it's slick, okay, and not just clamping it into the hog saddle is because I need to be able to maneuver easier. And if it's clamped in, well, I can't maneuver as freely. So, now setting up in position, I am not directly out the window. That's one of the most common mistakes in movies. Set back within the room. But I have to be close enough to where I can have the entire field of view that I need. Alright. So, Mark 12, 18-inch barrel, built for the 5.56, 77 grain. What I've done is I've changed the stock, the grip, the trigger, changed the charging handle. I added on all the optics, obviously. So primary arms 2.5 to 10 for focal plane Griffin Mill, and a Vulcan with ACSS, and Surefire pad, Atlas bipod, Surefire Mini 300, and a JK armament solvent trap. Yeah. All of that is sitting on top of the bang bag. So while you're in a position, a good thing with tripods, make sure you have a good, strong tripod, okay? They can help out with a lot of different things. If I were just on a bipod right now, I wouldn't have an elevated, comfortable position. And comfort is actually important, especially when you're set in for a long time. Some of the things I changed on here, I have a brass catcher, so I don't leave anything behind. Target indicators are huge. Anything can be a target indicator, letting someone know that you were previously there, which gives away tactics and fieldcraft, things like that. And right now we're watching a wide area. Working as two-man, it's difficult. One important thing with extended distances, shooting at long range, is you can't. So if you can't left or right, your shots go left or right. That's where bubble levels help out. This flatline bubble level.
Weapon Snatcher, iron side.
Send it.
Informant on side, moving to safe house.
Roger, move.
Crossing tracks.
Oh, one down. Move to the cover. Move to cover.
Move.
All right, I got another one. He's in the corner of the building. Stay in cover, stay in cover. He's down. Go ahead and move.
Roger, moving.
Hey, get to that safe house. Get to that safe house. We got two. We don't know if there's more. You guys in?
Roger, we're in.
All right, I'm breaking down.
Solid copy. TSC, confirm the Eagle Flight.
Fuck.
Phone call completed.
That's good. Two F400 sideways. Daniel Defense MK12. So we went over some of the history on these builds, these systems from 2002 and the purpose why they were built. There have been several companies that have made them since, but we're going to be focusing on Daniel Defense's. One thing that is very notable that's different is they obviously added their rail to it. Super strong quad rail, full pick, as opposed to a lot of them when you Google the MK12s, they have a full like circular rail. They also added a Geisley trigger in their build, two-stage trigger, which was excellent. I replaced mine with a Trigger Tech 5.5 pound combat trigger, and it is better than excellent. The thing is amazing. Some of the shooting I've done with it, I thought I accidentally went full auto because of how just perfect this thing is set. Having that two-stage is great for me, whether it's a single stage or two-stage trigger, depends on how you mentally work. Me, I like to prep that first stage as I'm prepping for the shot. When I have it, boom, I got it. And after that is this 2.5 to 10 first focal plane primary arms with the Griffin Mill reticle. If I remember correctly, a lot of the first builds for MK12s were 2.5 to 10. So this kind of fit perfectly. Now, obviously it doesn't have the traditional mill dot scope in there, which they're still sexy as can be and absolutely can be used very well. The Griffin Mill allows for a lot quicker target acquisition, as well as it has an auto ranger in there, which you see in the video I used on a target. Granted, he was remarkably tall, but absolutely still applies. And using some of that out here on some of the IPSC steels works great as well. Coming forward onto the solvent trap, JK Armament, I replaced the comp or flashlight or whatever Daniel Defense puts on theirs with the JK Armament brake, so I can easily slip this over. It does add quite a bit of length, and I can, you know, use whatever amount of flush caps I really want. I can make this a blast mitigation device if I really wanted to. So when packing it, as you saw within the bag, I take that off and I break the upper and lower down, makes it a lot more packable, which is one of the considerations that went into the MK12, was how easily transportable it could be. Now, a lot of these were made with Harris bipods. Harris's are strong, they're very good. I went with an Atlas bipod with a QD. Now this thing doesn't have any pan, but it does have cant, which is unfortunate because pan is really nice, but cant is great. This thing is a wider base, so it allows for more stability, which is awesome. I obviously threw a red dot on there for the side for some close quarters work, which I didn't end up needing. I did some shooting out here with it and it works great. This T-Rex mount does not stick up high enough outside. That's probably my fault. Apparently they have different, you know, types of mount, but whatever. I bought the one that's in stock. And another thing that's mentioned in the video is the flatline bubble levels. This thing pretty much glows in the dark. Bubble levels are important. I plan on doing one in the future, but I'm going to demonstrate, especially with a gun like this, that's, or you know, 5.56, that's more common to people, how important making sure there's no cant in your gun is. And there's a few other things in here from a Radian charging handle that's different, but the internal workings of the gun, minus the trigger, is all Daniel. This thing is shooting lights out. Using a product placement, I'd like to thank Burger Bullets, Lapua Brass, and Vita Vorti Powder for being a sponsor for me for my precision ammo. Big thanks. They took me up with some 77 grain Target Hybrid. The first two groups out of the gun today made one hole. I was absolutely flabbergasted because I've shot 55 grains, 75s, 77 from Black Hills, which the MK12s were originally designed for, and I've also shot I think I said 69s, I'm not sure, out of this, and I wasn't having good luck. Took it back, cleaned the barrel up, cleaned the insides a little bit, threw these through it, shooting lights out. I think I've only missed 2 or 3 shots, and they were all on me. They weren't anything with the gun. MK12's applications, urban. I mean, you can probably pack this, but I'm not gonna lie. This thing is a pretty big beast. Now you can pop the bipod off, makes it a little easier, but honestly, it doesn't look as cool. So far, there is nothing that this gun hasn't done that has astounded me. The purpose for them or excuse me, the focus that you want when you're buying a firearm like this, a rifle like this for this type of build, is use it for its purpose. This isn't an absolute close quarters gun. It's got an 18-inch barrel, for crying out loud. You don't want to use it for that. Now I did, like I said, make some upgrades that I find very important. A precision stock, a grip, all from B5 Systems. This thing is rock solid. If you guys seen the Delton video, that stock was so loose, I just ripped it off and threw a different one on there. Because this is the standard right here, having something that solid. Adjustable, full cheek piece, and then length of pull is adjustable as well as collapsible to get that even more fine-tuned. And the grip angle on this is great. This is quickly becoming my absolute favorite gun. You guys know I like shooting long distance, but I like shooting these smaller caliber guns as opposed to bigger ones as well. You're probably going to start seeing a lot more of this. Now, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by the National Association of Gun Rights. The National Association for Gun Rights, backed by more than 4.5 million members and supporters, is the only grassroots-led, no-compromise gun rights organization fighting to restore your rights at all levels of the government. Go ahead and check out their link in the description below. Big shout out to Patreons. Thank you. You're the wind beneath my wings, as well as the supporters for this channel, like Vertex, Big Daddy Unlimited. Make sure you find out all those discount codes below, as well as weaponsnatcher.com for a 2022 training schedule. I got classes in Washington, Montana, Texas, and a few more states to come for rifle, pistol, and scope rifle, stuff like this. Make sure you check them out. And again, thank you to our ammo sponsor, Berger, La Pua, and Vita Vorti for all their support.
I don't care who dies. I want that head on my wall, even if I have to come and get it myself.